to our video today. Amanda here from Jajo UK. I thought it would be really interesting for some people if I could explain to you a little bit about our hangers, the purpose of wedding hangers, and a little bit about the process that we go through to create your hangers. We have been doing hangers for about the last 2.5 years, and it's a really popular thing at the moment with weddings. And we've got some beautiful images that have been sent from customers and that we've had done ourselves, which shows just how beautiful the hangers look in your wedding photographs. I know that you've paid all that money for a gorgeous dress and you want it to be on display, and as you're getting ready, it's really popular now to have a photographer there when you're getting ready, and it's just amazing to have a dress on a hanger up against a wardrobe or on a hook somewhere, and that's a really lovely shot. We've got some beautiful detail on a lot of the dresses, and the last thing you want to be doing is having your dress on display on a plastic or a metal hanger from like the dry cleaner, shall we say. I know that when I got married 10 years ago now, it wasn't a thing to have your names on coat hangers, although I was really particular, funnily enough, all the way back then, about having all matching hangers, so all of our bridal party, and I wanted that shot. We got married in an old like a manor house, and there's a wonderful photograph of all of our dresses hanging up, and obviously without the names on, but it just really finishes off the photograph. So first of all, our Jajo hangers are all wood. We have two sizes. We have our adult size and a child size. We do all of the hangers in white painted wood and then a wood finish as well. We'll automatically do all of our flower girls and page boys on the children's size hangers, and they're probably suitable up to about a 10-year-old, and then I would probably advise to go towards an adult size hanger. The process that we do, and what's really important to us, is these are going to be used in close photography. So we've sourced the best hangers that we believe we can get. We've had a lot of hangers in the time, and we need to know that they're going to be consistently great quality. So what happens is we order thousands of hangers, and then we go through them and pick the absolute best of the bunch. We don't just go and buy a pack from Wilkinson's or IKEA. We don't use those hangers. The reason being, when you engrave some of them, they can change colour, they can impact the paint, so that's really important to us as well. The last thing that you want is to have some hangers engraved and yellow staining all the way around the wording. So it was really important to us that yes, we don't use the cheapest hangers, but we believe that we use the absolute best. So our white hangers, they do sometimes vary depending on the batch that we get. These currently have an inlay and they have a bar on. We can source hangers that are adult size without the bar, and they're just a little bit more expensive because we don't have the buying power to get the really good quality ones for the same price as we can get these ones. So we like to keep the price really low. I know a lot of people are DIYers and they really want to do their own things, and probably that's a little bit how I started. I did a lot of the things for my wedding myself to cut costs, and I really think it's important for me that we ensure that our hangers are the best price that we can offer. So yes, they aren't the cheapest hangers for us to buy in, but if you think about, if you've got to buy some hangers and then you pay your delivery on them, and then you buy your decals and then you pay your postage on that, you're probably not far off having something that's permanently engraved. So I'm absolutely positively sure that you put these away and in 10 years time you get them out of your wardrobe and they're going to be exactly the same. Nothing's going to have peeled off, nothing's going to be spoiled, nothing's going to have moved where the glue hasn't been on properly, and they're always going to be absolutely perfect. And that's so important for us, that you get the best quality and a perfect item. So once we get the hangers, we go through the boxes of all the deliveries and we pick out, like I say, we've got the best of the best. Anything that just doesn't live up to our standard, we discard. We don't use them for our wedding hangers at all. It's really important that they are luxury and it's a once in a lifetime, hopefully, for your wedding. So we don't want anything that's not as perfect as it can be. Yes, there might be little quirks, but they're not going to be like some of the other hangers that you see out there. Some of the hangers that we've seen over the years have been really, really bad, and I'll see if I can find any samples that we've had from suppliers displaying their luxury hangers, and you can see the difference between what people are offering and then what we are absolutely delighted to offer our customers. So that's our white hanger. So once we've got them and the wood, we do exactly the same, and we've picked out the best of the bunch. We check it all over, and then we use the different designs that we have. We've got about 30 designs, and we can do other fonts and designs as you request. And the majority of our hangers, the most popular ones, all of the engravings in the central area, so that if you've got a dress with straps or things, that you can see it all properly. So we can add on to there a name, a role, a date. You might just want a name so they can use them afterwards. A lot of people will use these to ask the bridesmaids to be part of their wedding party. So we do a lot of gift wrapping for these, which is available also, so that you can take them straight to the people who mean the most and offer them the chance to be part of your wedding party. And it's the first part of the things that they're going to build up to be part of your special day. Like I say, these are laser engraved. We've got two industrial class lasers, absolutely perfect precision every single time. The writing's going to be straight, there's nothing going to be off. We double check them. Generally what happens is my husband puts all of the details into the computer. He has a system that sets everything up. Then the next part of the process is we make those into a file that's ready for engraving, and we'll send that over to the engraver, the laser. The next person double checks the hangers again and lays them all out on the bed of the laser, and we line up every hanger individually so it's in the centre. Once it's been lined up, we then set the machine away to engrave. I'm sure you can appreciate the equipment that we use is really, really high quality, and because of that you get the best possible engrave. Again, sometimes some machines aren't quite as good as others, and we visited lots of different suppliers, manufacturers of lasers, to ensure that we're able to offer the best. Once it's been engraved, you do get dust and debris because it's burning the top of the hanger. Once it comes off the machine, we then clean it by hand and check it's correct. There's no issues. It's very rare that we get an issue, but occasionally we might have I don't know, something might have moved, or we've missed something on a hanger that we're just not happy with, so they get another quality control. Once they've been cleaned, we then put your ribbon on. So there's different selections of ribbon. On our white hanger, we use this taupe ribbon. It's a really good colour for picking out the engraving. It's perfect, it's neutral, it goes with most colour schemes. We do have the option to upgrade to any colour you'd like. Most of the time that's around £1 extra a hanger, and what we do is we buy in the ribbon that you would like. On our wooden hangers, we use an ivory ribbon, and we just feel that that really sets those off. And you can probably see that it's very slight, but there is a difference in the ribbon colours, and that's just to make sure that we're getting the best from our hangers that we can. We have two other options. We have a jute ribbon, which is really great for this rustic feel. It's really popular, and that's an upgrade. That's £1 extra a hanger for those bows. All of our bows are hand tied. We check them all and make sure they're all perfect. And this is what we call our Hessian lace. So it's a Hessian ribbon with an lace overlay, and we hand make all of the bows, and then they're tied to the hangers afterwards. This is obviously a little bit thicker than the others, so you're getting a more grand, a larger bow when you use the Hessian lace option. Once your hanger has the ribbon on, A couple of our hangers do have a no ribbon option if you didn't want a ribbon. Sometimes people don't want them on the gentleman's hangers, or if there's something specific, we're more than happy to source things for you. All of our ribbons, our satin ribbons, we then heat seal because it's really important, again, attention to detail, that they're absolutely perfect, your bows. The worst thing can be uneven bows, them sticking the wrong ways, the tie bits the wrong length, and we seal the ends of all of our ribbons to ensure that they don't fray. You don't want your ribbon catching on anything and becoming awful, which is really easy to do. I'll see if I can. So the last thing that you want is ribbon like this on a close-up photograph. So we heat seal the end of all of our ribbons to ensure that they remain perfect for you. Once all of the hangers in your order are ready, we then go over to Claire, who packs all of our orders and checks all of the quality for another time. Claire ensures that your order's correct, there's been no errors in the information transfer, and generally that doesn't really happen because we use a copy and paste system, so exactly as you provide it is what is put on your hanger. Appreciate occasionally there may be an error. So going on to explain, Claire then checks again. There should never be any errors. Only human would make the odd mistake. It might be something like the last letter of a name not coming off properly. When we've pasted it over, it just hasn't taken it. But generally, I would say the majority, like probably 1 or 2 out of every 1,000 orders, we might have a slight human error. And always repair that, get that sorted for people, so there's no need to worry about that. But because Ryan checks it, then I check it, and then Claire checks it, we don't have any issues, fingers crossed. So once Claire gets the hangers, and she's obviously checked them and makes sure that they match all the orders, she checks all of the information, and then all of our hangers are individually tissue wrapped in acid-free paper so that we can ensure that they get to you perfectly. And then they come boxed, whether you buy 1 hanger or you buy 15 hangers. They'll come in a lovely box with some little bits and pieces inside there for you. And your order generally takes, in the UK, it takes us 3 to 5 working days to make your hangers. We can do them quicker on a rush service, and then our standard post is second class, so there's none of this waiting for 6 or 8 weeks or 5 months or anything like that. You're going to order and probably 10 days later they're going to be sitting in your hand. We use a really good courier service, or Royal Mail is for the main part of all of our parcels, and we found them to be really reliable. We get very, very few issues with those, so we know that we're using a reliable, trackable service so that your perfect items are going to get to you in a perfect condition. Another couple of things that are important to us, we're really quite conscious of the environment, so we really want to ensure that we're not wasting packaging, and what we do send is recyclable. So we've probably got 99% of all of our packaging is fully recyclable, so the boxes, etc. And that's important to us because we send a lot of items out and we have a lot of packaging, and we don't want that to have a negative impact on the environment. So we feel that that's a really positive thing as well. I think that is probably, we've talked about the hangers, we've talked about the process. I think you'll be surprised at the DIY options, how much you actually will end up spending by the time you consider your travelling time, going and collecting things, postage, extra costs that you don't foresee, mistakes, people not supplying you the things that you would like. So I'm not saying that DIY isn't a good route, I don't mean that at all. It's entirely up to you, but I would say that our engraved hangers are going to last forever and they're going to be absolutely perfect every time. So thank you for spending some time. You'll be able to find our Jajo items on our website, so that's www.jajouk.com. And we do have our Etsy store, we've got an Amazon shop, and an eBay shop as well. But what I would say is please ensure that you're buying direct from us. There are a lot of particularly Chinese companies using our images and our customer comments and our customer reviews and putting things on places like AliExpress and Amazon, and we'll get told daily about other people replicating our designs. So if there's a Jajo design that you really want, please come to us and get it, because you probably won't get it elsewhere, and you certainly won't get the standard and the luxury that we're going to offer you. Our most popular designs are this one. This is our swirl design. So your name is spread across the top of the hanger with the role and the date underneath. You can have just the role, just the date, or just the name. It's entirely up to yourselves. And of course, these can be personalised for other events. So it can be a prom, it can be a first day at school, anything you like. So just you're picking the format and then you pick what wording you'd like on it. This was our new design for 2019. That was probably the most popular last year, and it's this handwritten style with again the name and the date and or neither underneath, and these have been super popular. They're so classy. You'll see it on the main page of our website. This is the style and design that is on that photograph with my good friend Karen's wedding dress, which is beautiful. So that is our little introduction. It's quite longer than I thought to Jajo hangers, so I'm sure you can appreciate the time and the effort and the attention to detail that we'd like to put into all of your products. So thank you for watching.